More people are dying from drug and alcohol-related deaths in Maryland than ever before. According to the Maryland Department of Health and Mental Hygiene, nearly 1,300 people died in 2015, an all-time high. To help lower these numbers, a new recovery center is opening in Prince George's County on Saturday. Reporter Karen Campbell has a preview.
We're here at the Liberty House in Clinton, a recovery home for men who suffered from alcoholism and drug abuse. Now, there's room for up to 7 men in this home, but they must have gone through a rehabilitation program first. So let's take a walk through and show you what this home has to offer. First, it comes equipped with a kitchen. It also has 2 bathrooms, a washer and dryer, tons and tons of space in here for men who need help. And if you take a walk further back here, you have this open area. There are more bedrooms back this way. Now, Vance Oldes is the pastor who said he was hungry for change after seeing so many people on the streets in need of help. That's one reason why he developed this program, this recovery program. Now, let's take a walk further down here. There's even more space in this home. This area here is going to be used more as like a lounge area for these men. Now, this program will also be structured. There's a 12-step program. These men who stay here for a period of anywhere between 9 months and 1 year have a curfew. They also have to be required to look for a job every single day. And joining us now in the studio is the pastor himself, Vance Oldes, to talk more about this program.
And thank you for joining us, Reverend. Talk about the Liberty House. Where did the idea come from?
Well, the idea basically came from when I used to be in ministry at the Ark of Safety Christian Church, and the Bishop Muse had me in charge and overseeing the evangelistic programs there, in which we will go out several times a week to minister on the street. And I discovered that when we ministered on the street, there were persons that were on drugs or they were homeless and life had turned around on them and they had no place to go. So I got this unction that take all the chairs out of the church and put some beds in it, and that we may be able to develop some type of help for them, not offering only them God, but meeting the total man with whatever need they have.
Now, before you were a pastor, you have admitted that you were once addicted to drugs and that you are now 23 years free of drugs. And how do you think your personal experience makes a difference here with some of the people that you're working with?
Well, I always believe that in order to bring someone out of somewhere, you have to have been there yourself. So basically, my life was controlled by drugs. I lived to use and used to live, until one day I made up in my mind that my life has to change. And the process started. And I've experienced recovery houses where there was a clean and sober environment, where there's other persons that will confront you about your addiction, because we have an inability to live life on life terms. And the process started with me 23 years ago. And I believe that what was so freely given unto me, that it's my duty to give freely back unto those. So that's our mission.
So Karen talked in that piece about the high number of alcohol and drug-related deaths here in the state or the county. I believe it was the state. In any event, why is that? Why are the numbers so high? What does that speak to?
Extremely a pathos in Prince George's County as it relates to alcoholism and drugs in and of itself. And I just believe that particular group of people have been overlooked and neglected with all the resources that we should have as a county. So I believe that this initiative, this launch, this first house among many that I believe that we're going to open, will be a transformation of our community, that we can clean up the streets and get men back to their homes to take care of their family. And I really couldn't tell you why we don't have the necessary help here. There's other counties in Maryland that have the help, but Prince George's County in particular, we are neglected in terms of the resources to help, because it's going to take resources, it's going to take help, because these brothers that's coming out of rehab, some of them going to be felons, some of them not going to have jobs. They're going to need to get jobs and get back on mainstreams. And these particular houses, the lights got to still go on, they have to be fed, the rent got to be paid, things got to continue to move on. So we are absolutely in need in this county, and the first house that will be launched tomorrow is the first step to recovery.
All right. right, and the Liberty House can hold up to 7 men. And so tell us about the application process for somebody to get in there.
Well, the application, we will first have admissions, and we will basically go over their history, their medical history, and from the jump, because I've been there, I can know whether or not you want to recover or not. So we have an admission piece that we will interview them and get them urine tests, because you have to come out of a treatment center to even enter into the recovery process. It's not a shelter, it's a structured program whereby they can grow one day at a time. So it's going to be absolutely phenomenal.
Tell us about, there's an open house coming up. I believe that's tomorrow.
Yes.
What can people expect?
Listen, man, I am absolutely astonished and excited about tomorrow. This is a dream come true. Tomorrow at 1 p.m. at 9713 Wagner Trail in Clinton, Maryland, we will have our grand opening and our ribbon cutting. Accurately, at 2 o'clock, we'll be ribbon cutting.
Okay.
And that's going to be absolutely epic.
All right, we want to thank you for joining us today. And we do want to let people know, if they want to get some more information about that, you can go to the website, which is theliberty.house.